Hi guys, and welcome to another Chat GPT basic tutorial. And in this video I just want to quickly go overview all the ChatGPT models and what is the difference between them and which one you should choose for the specific task you wanted to create. So if you are on the dashboard, as you can see here on ChatGPT, if you go all the way to the top, you can actually see the modules here. So you have ChatGPT 4.0, the 4.1 with a task, which is already talked on another video, the 4.5, the 0.1, and this is like the new series, the 0.1, the 0.3 mini, 0.3 mini high, and then there is another more module like the 4.0 mini, and the 4 is already the legacy module, which is kind of funny because it used to be the 3.5 and now the 4, which is really advanced even, is already like the legacy, like the oldest one. But basically, you know, if you go to this page and just search for OpenAI modules, you can actually go and just, you know, click on all of them and see the difference between them if you want to go more in depth about them. But the majority of the time, you will use ChatGPT 4.0 for the majority of your tasks. This is like the most robust module. Also the one that, you know, can do like I would say, like, I would not say the basics, but is the one that is greater and have like the better output for most of the times for the tasks that you want to do. And again, that's pretty much the one that we use the most and that you could use the most because it's really reliable and the outputs are really good. So this is like probably the most popular one between all the modules. Then of course you also have the ChatGPT 4.0 mini, which is this one here. And the main difference is that it's faster. So its reasoning is like it's thinking faster for the questions. It's cheaper. So if you are actually implementing these on an automation or using the API to connect apps and use these as an app, ChatGPT 4.0 mini, you'll see the difference is like cheaper to run. So if you want like a faster response or a faster output and the task is not super complex, you can change to ChatGPT 4.0 mini. We use ChatGPT 4 mini a lot on our automations, but on the interface here, if I'm creating stuff, the biggest one that we use is ChatGPT 4.0. Okay, then you also have the O1s. Okay, this is just a brand new one that you can actually, is a little bit similar to the 4. It's more expensive, just to be honest. It's an expensive one, and it's good for like exploring, do some research as well. Does some research previews. To be honest, I will probably be using O3 with deep research if I need it, or the search functionality, or ChatGPT 4.0, comparing to this one, which is more expensive one. Okay, but again, if you want to go more in depth, you can just go ahead and click here. The only difference as well is the largest module. So if you are running a lot of data, a lot of like PDF, like a lot of files, a lot of information that you want him to actually read about it, maybe you need to change to ChatGPT 4.05 for just that specific task. But I will say majority of the times, ChatGPT 4.0 will be the best. Okay, so again, the majority difference, ChatGPT 4.0 and the mini is faster and cheaper, and this one is the day-to-day. Then they open up a new module, which is the O1s and O3s, which have reasoning. So basically the main difference on these ones here is that you can actually see the thinking process, so the reasoning process, until you reach the output. So basically the difference between like a O1 or a 4 or 4.0 is that the 4.0 is based on the information on the web that was learned about, human feedback as well, and as long the output is correct, he will give you the output. Okay, these ones here, the plus sign is that now what they take in consideration is also the reasoning. So the path that took the module to reach the output also needs to be correct, and this is a really upgrade because he actually checks and thinks how actually the module came to that conclusion of the output, and you can actually see the reasoning behind it. Again, the main difference of these is that the 3.0 mini now is faster and has more advanced, so they are opening more and more. So the O3 is the newest one, so you probably, if you want a reasoning, you'll be using these ones. And again, mini is always the name that they put for faster, but is really powerful. And these ones are more for complex tasks, so more like math, engineering, coding. That probably be the tasks that you'll be using these ones here. Not so much for the majority of the other tasks. You can use ChatGPT 4.0 and be totally fine, but I can give you just an example here. So for example, if I just use, give me a complex math formula for me to train, for example. Let's see what he has. And you can see that is reasoning. So he's thinking about the process to give me a complex math. I won't say like math problem. I didn't want to say math formula, but let's see. So as you can see now, you can see him how he thinks to get the output. Okay. Of course, I'll probably just be using the O3 mini. It will be faster. This will take some time, as you can see, and he gives you some kind of categories of what he's doing at the moment. So right now he's opting for complexity, and as you can see, weighting options. So he's actually thinking, okay, should I go this path? Should I go that path? So as you can see, below he's a complex formula, and he gave me like a, I don't even know what this means. It's a super complex formula, guys. But as you can see, you can actually click here, and you even see the number of seconds that he thought about what you asked for. So he thought for 33 seconds, and if I open up, you can see the path that he took to come up with his output. So this is the main difference with reasoning. Now you can actually see how it thinks, and the plus sign of this is that, you know, if there is something wrong and you want to change, you can also now go and see how he thought about it and maybe change, like don't go that path, like don't use this guy or this equation, use this one. So now you have a better understanding why he came up with this output, and not only you can give recommendations for the output itself, you can actually now have in consideration what he thought about it and ask him to change a little bit the path he took him to reach here. Of course, these will be more and more complex, they will be more and more intelligent, the modules. But as I said, normally the main ones will be like 340 mini and GPT-4o as the one that you'll be using. Again, then the prices is more for if you have like automations or APIs. That will be where you have more in consideration which one you want to use, so you spend less. But that's pretty much it, guys. So the mini O's is we're using for really complex, like even more than multitasking stuff that he needs to think about it, and I want to see what is the path he took or what is the reasoning behind it. But again, majority of the times we'll be using ChatGPT-4o, which is perfect. It has a really volume weight of tokens, so you can reads a lot of data. But yeah, just play around, check which ones you like and which one you need the most for your complex tasks. And yeah, that's pretty much, it's easier to understand. If you want to know more in depth, just go to this platform.openai.com/docs/modules, and you can see all the models that they launch, even the image ones here. And yeah, if you want to go more in depth, you can actually check which one and what they are and like what are the prices and so on. It's really in depth what they have in here. So if you want to know more, you can even try them on the playground if you want. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed. I hope you understand a little bit about it and start using the best modules for your tasks, and I'll see you on the next ChatGPT basic tutorial.